Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Jose Trujillo. I'm the world's greatest living artist. I'm here in my studio, and I want to talk to you guys about something that I believe is very important. I hope that you feel the same way as I do about this, and if not, that's fine. But if you're having a hard time with it, at least consider it. So here it goes. I believe that 99% of artists out there, especially the ones having a hard time in their careers, are overthinkers. You're overthinking everything. You're thinking about anything and everything. You're thinking about the color palettes of your work. You're thinking about the composition. You're thinking about the subject matter, especially the subject. Lots of artists think about that. It's horrible. It's hurting you so bad. You're thinking about the subject matter. You're thinking about how you're going to list your works on your website or online platforms. You're thinking about everything. And naturally, you're thinking about everything because you think that it's good to think about everything, because somehow in your mind, the more you think about it, the better job you're going to do. And the more organized or whatever, it's going to come out better somehow. And I'm here to tell you that it's just fucking bullshit. It's not true. Somewhere along the way, we were conditioned to believe that the more you think about something, the better it's going to come out. That the more that you sit there and organize and reorganize, whether it's your subject matter, whether it's the way that you're going to pitch yourself in a gallery, whatever it is, somehow we were conditioned as human beings, as artists, society, whatever, we were conditioned to think this way. And I'm here to tell you, the people that are reaching very high levels don't overthink anything. They just keep pulling the trigger. They keep pulling that trigger over and over and over, and they believe something. I've learned to see this, and I've learned it in my own career. Okay, good is good enough. Good is good enough, and most of us cannot accept that. I believe that because we're attached. We're attached to the idea of what an artist is, and we're attached to our artwork. And so good is good enough doesn't seem to work for us for some reason. We have to make it great. We have to make it almost perfect. And many times we don't realize that you can't rework something. You can't work on it again and again and again and expect it to get better. Most of the time, because you're already good as you are at this moment, your job is to create the painting, not to get 10 times better or whatever every time that you paint something. That's a gradual growth, and you don't need to really care about it, because it happens naturally. It's a gradual growth. But I think most of us are we get paralyzed by it. We get so paralyzed by it to the point where our careers just slow down or begin just plummeting. Again, because we think too much. I've seen this over and over in different careers, not just being an artist, but the greatest thing that has hurt me is that the overthinking. It's not lack of knowledge about this. No, it's just overthinking. It kills you. I've seen it in other industries like sales. You can see that people that are romantic, that's the problem, that we get romantic about it. People that are romantic about sales, they're like, oh my God, I read Zig Ziglar and I learn about marketing and direct marketing, and they get so romantic about it. They love it to the point where they get meticulous and they love it. Usually those people have a very hard time in the industry. The people that love it. I know it's weird. And the people, usually what I've seen anyways, the people that just do it because they have to do it, like, dude, I got to pay my bills. I got to take care of my family. Do you like sales? Nah, I really don't like sales, but I got to do it. I got to do a good job at it. Usually those people reach very high levels in that industry. And why is that? I've scratched my head about this. And I finally realized they're just not identified with it. If you're not identified with it, you have a bigger, like you're miles ahead of everyone else if you're just not identified with it. And so most artists are identified with their artwork. How people view my artwork, view me. My artwork is a reflection of me. So you work in your artwork, you work at your artwork, you work at the way that you paint, your brushstroke, your composition. In the beginning, that's perfect because you're learning. But at some point, it's just shit and it's hurting you bad. And now I know some people are going to tell me you should always be learning. Yes, you should always be learning. But it becomes a quiet, it becomes a silent way of learning. It's almost by osmosis. It happens by itself at a certain time. In the beginning, all of that is important. Composition, color schemes, yada, 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 whatever. All of that is important. But at a certain point, maybe you've been at it 2, 3, 4 years, that's not nearly as important as you think it is anymore. Showing the work, finishing the work, most important. Showing the work, most important. Like those two things alone, finishing the work and showing the work, have become the most important thing, and it's the thing that most people do not focus on. And because, again, we're romantic about it. If I just paint, if I just learn how to shade better, if I just paint a little better, and we keep fighting it, and going back to that, and going back to that, and it keeps you small. And it keeps you thinking that somehow, if you do a better job at it, somehow it's just going to work better for you. We don't learn something that most other people in different industries really understand, and that's good is good enough. Get it out to market. Most of us have a very hard time doing that. And I'm telling you, I've learned in my career, in my personal experience, this is the most difficult thing to grasp if you're an artist, because we get romantic about it. The most difficult thing to grasp is good enough. Get it out to the fucking market now. Get it out. Real artist ship. All right. Take care, guys. Talk to you soon. I hope this is helpful. I got to get to work.